Hello, family. I hope you are doing good where you are in the world. I am your host, Dr. Hope Sibuyi. Oh my goodness, family, I've been missing you the whole week because you have allowed me and my team to live our dreams, and you continue to support our episode, and we really appreciate you. We pray that this episode make you realize your dream and give you the strength to face the fears and reach your full potential. Please continue to subscribe, like, comment, and share, because someone in your timeline might be looking to an inspiration, and this might be the one to inspire them. Our today's guest, oh my goodness, like if you have never laughed before, just get ready to laugh. Our guest today, oh my God, it's someone who's fully dedicated to his craft, and he gives his best in everything he's tasked on. Allow me to introduce to you today's guest, who is on high demand. Like when I say high demand, I mean high demand. A multi-talented, award-winning, and internationally recognized actor, a singer, MC, director, businessman, and a servant of God. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Chrispen Nyathi.
Yeah, what an introduction. Oh my God. Okay.
So much of you, honestly, now.
Yeah, that's a lot. But thank you very much for having me. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Yeah.
Welcome to Rope for Hope.
Thank you very much.
And really, we are honored to have people like you coming in our studio. But of course, today, we wanted to talk to someone out there just to inspire them. And someone who don't know you, they are asking, who is Chrispen Nyathi?
Yeah, oh my God, what a question. How does one begin to answer that one? So Chrispen Nyathi is basically a young kid from Zimbabwe who grew up there and spent half of his childhood in Zimbabwe and half of his childhood in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Being raised by ukoko wake, and bouncing from one school to another due to the moving of up and down and all of that. Yeah, but I grew up with my grandmother, Totoza, you know what I mean? She really made sure she spoiled me, because then I had to learn how to wash my clothes on my own.
Yeah.
My mom was like, yo, we are not going to spoil you here. Chrispen Nyathi is an actor as well. Chrispen Nyathi is an acting coach as well,
Wow.
So yeah, there's a couple of things about me.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple of things about me that I do. Yeah, I think that's.
So when did you start this acting? Is it when you were still at home, or it started when you were in Johannesburg? And how did it come about?
Okay, so the first time when I realized what I'm an actor, or the first time I realized I want to do this, is when I was in grade 5,
Okay.
And every class was tasked with a project nyana, you're going to do this, and then you're going to present this play, and this class is going to present this play. And we had our own play. I spent like 10 seconds on the stage. I didn't spend much time.
Okay.
But when
Were
I
you
realized...
not shy when you were growing up and all this, or you just grew up confident?
I was really bubbly. Confidence, I didn't have much confidence.
Okay.
But within a group setting.
Yeah.
But when there's like a group of people, I was very bubbly. But when it's one-on-one, that's when the shy personality comes out. That's when, because I didn't know if what I'm saying is right.
Where does the shy part come from? Where you maybe because some of the people find that because of their experience, maybe they were abused or people were bullying them and whatever. Where does the shyness? Is it naturally, or was there something that made you to become like reserved?
I think it's also one thing that contributes to ubushy or maybe being reserved is being if you're not comfortable with yourself. For
All right,
example,
that's
you
a
know,
good one.
yeah, when I grew up, okay, I am dark in complexion and I've got a big baby here, I've got a big nose.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay,
Okay.
so I was a little bit, you know,
Were they teasing you about that when you're growing up?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. And I was also very small as well.
And
So,
short.
yeah, so now, ontanga bami, they were bigger than me. So now, in terms of uti, if we were to clash here,
Yeah.
you're really afraid of voicing out your opinions because I was, you know, considering my height ngiyadelelega as well.
My
You know what I
goodness.
mean?
But I had short people bayadelela.
Yikudelela coming from ukuthi yazini as a short person
Yeah.
ngiyadelelega already, so
Oh my God.
my guard is up all the time. I'm ready to fight because I know ukuthi uzongidelela, so my guard is up nje automatically. And if you say anything that's off, even if it's not with an intention to offend, already I'm already offended. You know
My
what I mean?
goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I realized the dream of acting was then in grade five.
Yeah.
And then after high school in South Africa, that's when I started saying, yes, and I want to pursue this.
Yeah.
I went my first audition. I was auditioning for Iskim Sami. We ended up not auditioning.
Okay.
Due to we've been here, you know what I mean, and all of that.
Okay.
So we ended up not auditioning, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's how it started.
So growing up in Zimbabwe, and just give me a picture of your family background. You said you were brought up by your grandmother.
Yes.
And where was mommy and daddy at that time? And do you have siblings? Or I'm just asking for someone who really wants to understand who is, because you're really an international.
Hey,
I'm international.
Okay, I'm an A-list. Thank you very much. I'm figuring it up. But yeah, man, thank you very much for that. That really lifts my confidence. But yeah, for me, Ukula was with Ukoko mostly, but at the early stages of my life, I was with my mom and dad.
Okay.
But then because the economy was collapsing in Zim, they had to go outside of Zim and hustle. And they went to Botswana, so the first person to take me in was my aunt. And then, unfortunately, she had to go and hustle. Ugogo wami bekasebenzela belungu Hillside, my suburbs. Yeah, so now I had to go and hustle. I mean, I had to go and stay with Ugogo in my suburbs and all of that, and stay with Ugogo there, sidlalele lapho and all of that.
Wow.
And yeah, so while I was there, besiphila nogogo, ngihlala esebenzela belungu. We stayed in the back cottage. And so whenever my granny plays with abelungu labo, Nama would come out to go and play with them. While my mom was beguyena okhokha school fees from overseas and all of that. And then later on, my mom and my dad separated, and then my granny lost her job. We had to move emakhaya.
Did that affect you growing up when mommy and daddy separated?
I didn't know. I didn't know that was happening, because that happened when they were in Botswana, because by then it had been years without seeing my parents. You know what I mean? They spent a lot of years. I knew Gogo as umzali better than my mom, even connecting with my. But I've always loved my mom. The distant relationship was between my mom and dad. So when I moved to Makaya, then my mom also moved to South Africa as well. That's when she's like, you know what? I think you need to come this side so that you can be closer to me as well, and have better, because where I was, we didn't have we had internet access, but we're not utilizing that much. You know, like for example, mangatwa research esikolweni, there is no internet cafe with your research. You know what I mean? So coming to South Africa had that advantage towards my life, and then staying with umama and developing that relationship as well.
So what have changed when you left Zimbabwe and coming to South Africa? What for you, where you can say, really, this has brought a mark in my life, where I'm like you were talking about, you get to use to wash for yourself and on and on and on. Yeah.
So for me, when I came to South Africa, it was now a thing of I had to learn isiZulu. You know what I mean?
Oh, so uyakhuluma.
Ngesikhuluma ngesiqede impela, you know what I mean? So I had to learn isiZulu.
Ngiyakuzwa nalaphaya uyakhuluma uthi hawu mama awuthandaze uyi-one.
Lapha ngikhuluma isiNdebele, which is quite similar to Zulu. It's just a couple of things that change, you know what I mean? So I had to learn isiZulu because the school that I went to is the very same school that Java went to, the high school that I went to. So it's right in front of a Denver hostel. So whenever I'll say amaqanda rather than amaqanda, you know, they'll say, oh, you know, and I had to, you know, it was not in a xenophobic manner, but it was just friends making fun of the fact that I'm from outside and I'm saying amaqanda instead of amaqanda, you know what I mean? So I had to learn isiZulu as well, and it helped me because I also aim to penetrate the industry. Also, ngidlala different characters, even if it's a Zulu, KZN, yes, or it's a Zulu Soweto, or Johannesburg Zulu, you know what I mean? Awesome. So I wanted to fit in that way. So I had to learn isiZulu and different lingo and adjust to South Africa generally. Oh, okay. So that, yeah.
You sound like somebody who's really ready to learn from what you are saying.
Yeah.
So when you came to South Africa and then you started, what was your first move in terms of saying, I want to pursue my acting?
So for me, after high school, that's when I decided I'm going to get an agency. I don't remember how I got the agency, but I remember getting agents and they were sending briefs.
Okay.
Okay, we're looking for muntu kanje.
And you never sent your CV to any agent or something?
At that time, I didn't know anything about the industry.
Okay.
I didn't know because I didn't go to school for this thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's I'm a self-taught actor. Everything that I learned from the little workshops that I went to and the YouTube videos that I've watched, the books that I read and download from the internet and all of that. So I didn't know anything at that time, mangena. I had to get so ngayithola ku-agents and they were sending briefs so okay, I will need extras and extras abantu abadlula ngemuva, background actors and all of that. And I went to my first gig as a background artist was at High Rollers, which used to play I think Boma SABC 3 or 2 somewhere there. So I was like, I'm gonna be on TV, you know, and I told my parents I'm gonna be on TV and all of that, only for me vela my back. You know,
only and you're like,
that's me with the back guy.
That's me.
That's my back right there.
Like that.
Yeah, so it was that, and it was, you know, it's one of those. Now you've got a famous head, you know. So yeah, man, it was that, and then I slowly that was my big move. To penetrating the industry, and then I asked who's who does what other agencies can I join, you know what I mean, and I slowly worked my way up from there.
Which year was that?
That was 2016.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've been at it.
You've been at it.
Yeah.
But recently you are really booming.
Yeah.
You are. Okay, let's take it back. You forever smiling.
Wow. Now you're gonna make me smile.
And you have this unique voice.
Yeah.
Did you practice this voice or naturally that's you?
You know, growing up in church, hey? Growing up in church,
Okay.
Where you're like, I'm not going, and your mom is like, you know, and sometimes they literally had to pack a scaftini for me to go
to church.
Or maybe bangtengele that little coke for me to go.
In our time.
In our time. That exposes my age. Okay, I'm not that old, but
I wasn't gonna ask,
old enough.
But now we know.
So they'll bribe me with those, you know, pork pies from Zim, and so I grew up esontweni eZayoni, and where the preacher can be preaching and you're waiting for that full stop. Once before he continues, you start a song randomly.
So
I don't know. It's like mini breaks.
Okay.
You know when
Okay.
you on TV when you say
Yeah,
so
yeah,
touchy
yeah.
break.
Yeah.
I think it's like mini breaks from preaching. Say you've been talking too much.
Okay.
Let's have a song.
Okay, let's
You know
practice
what I mean?
that. Let's practice that. You preach, I'm gonna detect
Ah,
that
but why
stop.
don't you preach?
No, I want to detect that stop that you're talking about. Okay?
Oh
So say
my
randomly
God.
so that I
You're
want to
putting me
detect
on
that
the spot. Okay. Okay, let's
Okay,
see.
let's go.
Yeah, man, and while the disciples were talking to the people, and during that time, it was a very crucial time because it was a time where Christians were being persecuted. That's just
Is
that's
that where?
that's the one.
Wow!
That's the one. And then you start a song randomly,
Okay.
and I had the confidence as well to start ingoma, and sometimes even there's a period with Zion where everybody, like not everybody, those that are willing, you know, they stand up. Yeah, ngithanda ukubonga inkosi ingcine kwaze kwafika namhlanje. It was like a mini poem that pretty much everybody pretty much said the same thing.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
ngithanda ukubonga inkosi ingcine kwaze kwafika namhlanje and all of that. And before you get to that, you'll stand up and sing before. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So
you
that
stand
you
up
are
and
being
sing.
recognized.
Yes, and then you say, it's more of like a testimony, but more of like a fixed testimony because
Okay.
everybody said the same thing. No one told us their experience really.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I would sing
Yeah.
and say my testimony and all of that. And the umfundisi wazwasho uthi ayibo lo mfana uyanihlula lo mfana uyaphakama uyakhuluma nibadala kanjani phakama niyakhuluma.
Oh, wow.
You know, so that's where the singing started for me.
Oh, by the way,
That's
you
where the
can.
singing
I
started.
saw
Yeah.
one of your. I visited your TikTok and I saw you were singing there. I'm like, wow!
Yeah.
What is it that you cannot do honestly? Like,
Yeah.
like yo, hi boy now.
No, it's I can say good. One of the few talents that I have that I bank on is acting and singing. Those are the two talents that I have.
But you can
I
also
don't do,
dance.
No. Here's the thing. People think I can dance. But the honest truth is I can't. You must really see me when
But
I'm
I saw
emceeing.
few of your moves where you were dancing laterally.
Exactly. It's only those few.
And that's it.
That's it. Ngileza
my
ithuselayo,
God.
ngileza ithuselayo. Uthi when I'm seated and I just move my head or you know, move my feet a couple of times, you'll think, this guy can dance. But ngiphelele lapho. That's it. Ngiphelele lapho. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's move now into your acting. So
Yeah.
you started acting, and which one is your biggest? It was your biggest, or it's your biggest move in terms of acting that has exposed you to the world?
Okay, my biggest move was when I joined Mandla Ann's Instagram Live.
Okay.
Mandla Ann is basically the owner and producer of shows like season 2, Hostela. Hostela season 2 was produced by Black Brain, which is a company owned by Mandla Ann.
Okay.
And they also produced this show, Yabafaza Basejele. I forgot what it's called. Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Yes,
Oh
they also
my
produced
goodness.
Lockdown. So
Okay.
they were auditioning online and they were looking for upcoming actors, you know. And with me being in the industry for quite some time, I thought, okay, maybe it's one of those where they just auditioning for marketing purposes and auditioning just in jail, but they're not really looking for people. They have their own people. So ngangena kuleyo live, and then on my first day, luckily out of 1,000 people that are trying to audition, ngangena Mandla Ann picks me. Ngangena on his live. I tried to audition Young Shy Network, unfortunately, but I kept on coming until
Were
I
you
got
not
my
afraid to
opportunity.
be scammed? These things are online.
I mean, you can see Mandla Ann live. So obviously
okay.
it's not a scam,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not a scam. I've been scammed before, of course, but that one, it was live and it was not a scam. So nga audition, and then our ngaithola sengise groupini, a WhatsApp group, and they sent scripts and all of that. And I was like, where's my script? You know?
Sengenzile
They're like, I was like, where's my script? They're like, I know. When I send a monologue as a pastor, So for me, that was like, okay.
That's where it started.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I should send a monologue as a pastor. Have you seen how small I am? There is no pastor my height.
Behind the pulpit.
Yes,
Oh,
like there is
wow.
no pastor my height. So what do you mean? Have you seen how small I am? And my age
So
as
you
well.
literally say that?
Yeah, I questioned them, and the lady was like, yo, do you want the job or not?
Or not?
I was like, okay, cool, let me just send
cool.
it. I sent it, and then we had callbacks where now they had surfed dige batatage labangati they are better, you know. So I got there, and that's when I met the Abonoxi, who have already been in the industry. Was Zikona Bali, who played Asanda, Olirato. You know what I mean? So that's when I met all of those people, and that's when I was like, okay, this is real now. And we're auditioning now in front of Mandla Ann as well, in person. And yeah, the rest is history. That's how I got to land the role Pastor Charleston on Deep City.
Are you a pastor only as an actor, or you are also a pastor in real life?
I'm not a pastor in real life. I'm not a pastor in real life. I'm just a pastor on TV.
But it sounds like everybody calls you pastor. So it's from acting.
Yeah, it's from acting, because that's what I am. That's my biggest role ever on TV. That's what exposed me to the people.
But I think at the time you were singing, he picked it up.
I think it's also a thing of being, because I grew up in church. I'm a church kid. I still go to church right now, and I'm part of the praise and worship team. So that's where it comes from. That's why I'm able to portray the role of a pastor, because I am from a church setting. You know what I
So
mean?
it just
it was easy to blend into that character.
Okay, how did you find yourself? Because mostly when people I'm looking at the people, for example, that are in South Africa, and they're from other countries like Zimbabwe, where poverty is at another level. How did you yourself build that confidence in terms of saying, I know where I come from, but also I can be better because I know where I am going? So basically you shied away from your past, and you're like, you know what, the future is better.
It wasn't really being persuaded by mhlampe ukuthi I'm from a poor background, or I'm from an impoverished country or whatever. No, it was just me trying to pursue my passion. I just love acting so much. Like literally, there is no day that passes by ngabukelange movie. You know what I mean? So it was just every day. It was just me chasing my passion and trying to be better at what I do, and trying to do lento and stand out as well. You know what I mean? So it was not a matter of I'm trying to lift up my family. I'm trying, the financial aspect of it also comes in. Obviously, I'm gonna be a better person, and I'm going to live a better life after this. But it was just a matter of me pursuing my passion and ngenza into engiyithandayo.
Wow, what a story from our guest today. No, don't go away, because when I come back, me and him, we're going to act. And you know what? You really don't want to miss the next episode. Let's just take a break.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right.
Yep.
But you look different from the scene and in real life. But
So it's here's the thing. On camera, once you get into wardrobe, you know what I mean? Because impahla zaka Charleston, he's a typical Zimbabwean that really doesn't have a good sense of fashion. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen like most of our Zimbabwean brothers dress up and all of that. We don't have a great sense of fashion, you know what I mean? So with the clothes that it gets into and the hair, you know, he just looks like an older guy. And when people meet me, they're like, "How you're smaller than we thought." You know what I mean? Yeah.
But how did you fit in that wardrobe? Honestly, like that. I'm like, what? They say, no, mama.
No, so
and you went back into the wardrobe and shit. I'm like, okay.
I am small, man. I am small. Like literally, I'm very small. Like I'm just 165, so I'm really small.
Yeah.
And I am skinny as well, so I can fit much into very small
But
spaces.
when after every episode that you do you go home and like, yeah, you did it? Like,
No.
Or do you watch yourself and like, did I?
Yeah. So here's the thing. With actors, you're going to see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Actors are never happy with their performance.
Oh,
Actors
okay.
feel like, I could have done it way better. Oh my God.
Whereas behind we are so excited. Wow.
Yeah, behind you like, ooh, great performance.
Yeah.
But Tina, we're like, it could have been better. It could have been better. You know, the director's like, no, man, it's okay. It's okay. Go home, you know. And you're not happy with what you did, what you really did.
Yeah.
But you see it on screen like, oh, it was actually better than I thought.
Yeah. But also you are a joker. And here you are. This girl, she's beautiful. And now Nguyambuza, like, and the next thing she shires you bomb. And you start saying like
a TikTok video.
Yeah.
Oh.
Awu mama, sawubona mama, uyazi indlela omuhle ngayo. Ngathi ngingakhapha bakithi. Awu Ntombi, ngiyacela bakithi ngikubeke nje kuphela. Wazi wangiphaphela ke bhete, ngithi ngiyakuzama ngoba ngiyabona akekho ozokushela bhete. Ubhetiza.
Never isiphela lithi.
Will you keep quiet? Azulimele nje, obuka. Ulimele man, ulimele.
Oh yeah. That was developed by the lady actually. She was like, yo.
I wanted to say those words like look, I wanted to look at the camera and just say the way you said it to her, like she's walking. I want you to say those words.
Yo.
When she passed it, after she gave you the bomb.
Yeah.
What did you say there? Just give us that climping, Yana.
Okay, I have to get comfortable.
Okay.
On this
let's
one.
go.
Hey, my daughter. Ow. Now I have to get into character. Hey, pete wena. How bubu njani? Don't put me on the spot like that. Yeah. Eish, man.
Oh my God.
Pete.
What does pete mean though?
Yo, eish. It's basically, I don't know what it's called in English,
And
but
then
kiss my doll or
and
something.
they shoot their feet,
you know?
and it's kiss my doll.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my.
She exaggerated it because she has it, so she exaggerated it a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, she exaggerated it a little bit
okay.
For the camera purposes, so that.
But that's what you guys do, even in real. Like,
yeah, of course.
If a girl shires you a bomb, you just look for something to tease them.
It's what barbaric men do. It's what men who lack confidence do, because right now it's a situation you know, there's your fellow man standing here, and the things that are not really cool, Tina, we think they are cool as men. You know, it's like bragging about how many women you have or how many women you've slept with and all of that. So amongst agency, that's okay, you know, when we have that conversation. But honestly, it's not okay. You know what I mean? Because it makes omunye umntwana feel uncomfortable. But that's a man who has a low self-esteem yakhe, self-esteem yakhe low. Yayibona le nto baqeda ukumphoxa and he could not get le ntombazane. So now it's an embarrassment phambi kwamanye amadoda. So I'll rather lift up my confidence. Yeah,
bengafuni nokukushela kahle
sharp,
bekuyukuzama.
Yeah, but deep down the confidence yakhe ishayekile and manje umhlaza phambi kwamajita. So it's a way of, you know, defense system or whatever. Yeah, you're trying to defend yourself.
All right, that was awesome. Let's talk about, I mean, I believe so much in terms of that one of the industry or one of the areas that could elevate poverty in the whole world, basically, it's in farming, you know. Are you venturing into farming? What's happening in your life in terms of the farming?
It's crazy that you ask, actually, because I've not ventured into it.
Okay.
But that's where I see the future personally, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah, for us Africans, that's where I see the future. Personally, my vision, I see myself having a nice solar-powered house in Makaya, you know, like, and I'm speaking like of the remote villages, you know what I mean? Having your solar-powered house, your windmill system, your cattle, and all of that. And I personally wish that, and Mangi Makaya, as a person that has the influence that I have, my hopes is to bring back the old way of doing things, you know, going back to maybe, okay, ngicela ungisebenzela laphana in my garden, ungishayele ungenzele, I have a chicken, I'm going to give you a chicken or whatever, you know what I mean? Or what are you selling? You have that. I have ipagete lama lentuza, you know what I mean? That's where I see the future, because imali collapse, we see it economically. The global economy is collapsing and eventually it's going there. And unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about it. So for me, farming and farming your own food and having your own food in your own backyard, you know, is where I see the future, and it's also healthier as well. You know what I mean? Rather than compared to all the foods that we eat. And I'm not gonna go deeper into that.
Because of course, even when you talk about farming, that once we go back to the times where we eat natural food from, you know, from the bag, instead of us buying spinach, you can also grow your spinach at the bag. You do have the yard. Why don't you do that? Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, now this one is gonna be kinda tricky. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you
ready.
Sitting well?
Wait, what's making me nervous, man? Okay, cool, yeah.
Someone told me that you and Zikhona Bali, who played Asanda on Deep City, you are an item.
No.
I'm joking.
What? What? Oh my God!
Okay, I'm joking.
Oh my God!
That's a joke.
Zikhona is an older sister. Like, yo. Okay, cool, yeah. Okay.
I want to see her.
Hey, you're selling a higher high.
You need water for that.
Yeah, oh, actually. Yeah, feels so much better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what is your relationship with her in terms of your Deep City character? Because we see you most of the time, you're playing with her. Is it you too comfortable, or you just find yourself being given, you know, a role that plays with her that much?
So when I started with Zikhona, I on the first day when we knew Guti, she's playing Asanda and I'm playing Charleston, and it's a couple, I went to her and I asked her, so manje, how do we do this thing? Because mina sengijwayele ukubuka izinto za overseas where they like, let's go out on dates, let's bond, you know? So I was like, how do we do this thing? And Zikhona was like, man, it's gonna grow. I was like, yo, I now I'm a celebrity, because at that time she was established. But as time went by, mangiqala ngimazi. You know, she was very comfortable. She was a very open person, and she made me also comfortable. And we also spoke outside of shooting. We also spoke about our personal lives. So now that helped us with this bond.
Bonding.
And that
As a
bond,
sister.
yes. And that
Yeah.
bond, it's a bond that you see as well on
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because
yeah,
my
yeah.
connection with her on screen is just incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. How was your feeling when you won the Viewers' Choice Best Male Actor at the Royalty Soapy Awards?
Oh my God. So here's the thing.
Were you like, is it me? Did they call my name? No.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
So I was told by so many people, prepare speech in faith. You know, I was like, come on, guys.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not gonna win it because
Nah, we are
you have big actors that were nominated for the Viewers' Choice.
Yeah.
In fact, Viewers' Choice, it's pretty much almost everybody that's there, even the veterans that you know. And I was like, these people have over 400 followers, 400K followers on social media, and I'm only on 10K right now. And that was last year. I'm like, how? How am I going to do this? There is no way people are going to vote for me and not them. They've been around. They're more loved, you know? So when they were announcing, okay, top 3 with so many votes is Zima Khoroti, blah, blah, blah. On number 2, we've got blah, blah, blah. Number 1, I looked at the back because when they're presenting, there's a screen.
Okay.
Abayifundayo, you know? So I looked at the back, I saw the screen, Chrispen Nyathi, number 1. I'm like, okay, so which means I'm number 1, and then there's the actual winner. Right? Yeah, so I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
yeah,
fine.
so
At
they're
least
like,
I've made it
at
today.
least I
Yeah,
made it
it's
somewhere
fine,
there,
yeah.
you know? So they called in,
Wow.
and number 1, it's Chrispen Nyathi. You know, and then everybody clapped their hands. Mandla and is like, I was like, oh, so I won? Okay, cool. I went up the stage and
Oh,
yeah.
they called your name,
Yes,
you're still
I
sitting.
was still sitting because I'm thinking, oh, they are still yet to call the actual winner.
Oh.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe it. But as well, it was a stamp for me to say,
True.
so as an actor, I have a lot of confidence issues in terms of my work. When it comes to my work, I'm like, I can do better. You know, I can do better. So now, for me, winning the award was a stamp. Yoguti, you're actually doing this.
Doing this, yeah.
To the maximum capacity of what you're capable of. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
really tapping into that. And uyenza ngempela lento.
Yeah.
So it was a stamp. Yoguti, you're good at what you do. Yes,
Yeah.
you can be better. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah.
You have just described yourself so beautifully so. And I just want to ask, you know, sometimes when we look at you guys on the screen and in real life, how do people treat you? You know, sometimes you find that maybe you shout at Asanda or you do something to her on the screen. Do people ask you or they treat you like, what did you do? Like in real life, do they differentiate between your real one to say, no, I was just acting, guys. No.
So I think people understand that we're acting.
Yeah.
But now they
Yeah.
don't understand that we're different from our characters. Because
Okay.
uhlangana nabantu and they are really, really happy to see you. And I get that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
in your sitting room every
Yeah.
day, Monday to Friday,
Yeah.
8:30 in your sitting room, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have a relationship with me and I do not have a relationship with you. Because you feel like you know me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But the
Wow.
actual truth is, awungazi.
No.
You know what I mean? But and
Uyazi
mean,
the
angwazi,
character.
yes. So when people see
That's
me,
profound.
the first thing that they do is they laugh. And they come to me with that energy, Charleston, and yo,
Yeah, and when I'm
they're
like,
really excited, and I'm like, bro, chill, like I don't know you. Calm down. Let's talk. Introduce yourself properly. Don't come at me like that. You know what I mean?
And you have to walk around laughing at everybody and greeting
yeah,
everybody. Like,
and now I have to be fake with them. Like, initially, I used to do that, and I realized it takes a lot of energy to do that. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of energy vampires out there. People just want to draw a lot of your energy. So people come to you and they even ask you to speak in that same language that you utilize on TV.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
In the street.
I get paid to do that, bro. Like, pop out something if you want,
Then I will
if
do
you want
it.
performance. Pop out something. Aibo. Yeah.
okay, what are your future plans and something we can anticipate from you in 2023?
2023, oh my God. I'm hoping to penetrate the Zimbabwean market.
Wow.
I want to penetrate the Zimbabwean market as a vocalist as well because I haven't tapped into that professionally.
Okay.
yes, people know that I can sing.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But it's not something that I've tapped into professionally as well. So it's something that I'm looking to tap into professionally and also expose myself to people that look up to me in Zimbabwe because they see me as a point of hope. If he made it and is from where we're from, then we can make it. So, because I've never really been there within this 2-year period of being in Deep City, schedule was very busy. So I want to expose myself to my people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Someone is sitting out there, Chris, and is saying that I hear you, but I just feel like giving up. Things are just not working for me. What word can you give to somebody who's out there and say, I really want to do it, but I'm not encouraged to do so. I just feel like giving up because it's not working for me. What can you say as a word of encouragement to someone who's watching you out there?
The honest truth is if you don't stand up and do into okumele uyenze, then nothing is going to happen, because even the Bible itself liyasho ukuthi umuntu indoda izadla ithukuthukwe zayo, which means from your hard work you shall reap. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that you're planting on the ground, or even if you feel like confidence ayikho or you don't have the energy to do it, just have that angazi phakama and do something. Just once you get up and do something, then you're going to be motivated to do more. But if you're sitting, listen, if you get up and push-ups, for example, once you do those first 5 push-ups, you're going to be motivated to do more. There's something, I don't know how our body works, but once a lento le A1, then somehow you get motivated to do more. So it's a matter of just getting up. It's just like what DJ Sibuyi always says, if you want to start a business, just start. Because the problem is in starting. Once you don't start, then you're not going to do anything. But once you get up and say, I'm doing this, that one step will lead to many more steps. Don't anticipate what you have to do and how many things you have to do. Start with what's there in front of you. The first step. No, just take the first step and focus on that very first step.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you for having me.
May God bless you in everything that you are going to do from One Africa Radio TV. Rope for Hope, we wish you all of the best of this world. And yes, we'll see you again.
Thank you very much. Ngiyabonga.
Rise up, stand up, do something about your life. If anyone does not believe in you, believe in yourself. If no one supports you, support yourself. You just need to rise up. You just need to get up and start bringing that change in your life. He mentioned that the first thing that you need to do is to stand up. Stand up, rise up, and things will fall into place. We love you at home, and God bless you.